I want to make a few more clusters. I want to warm that up. I want to make clusters, and I want to just let them air dry. And let's see if we can see the difference between freezer versus air dry. Let's see if there's a big difference. I had a spoon here somewhere. There it is. No, this is gonna take some. This will take a while. Let me just do this again. When you're working with the microwave, this is an inexpensive microwave. I'm running this baby at 1 minute. Wow, for that little thing there, you can run it on high, maybe 30 seconds. Not a little bit, you know. If I'm doing this, this is about a pound and a half of chocolate in here. I want to run this thing in this is probably a 600 watt microwave, maybe 7. I want to run that 1 minute on high. Stir it really, really good. Especially if it's one that doesn't rotate anymore, and that one doesn't rotate anymore. You get these huge hot spots. Not have to worry about warming up because I just put it in the microwave, so it's warm. But I want to do a few more here, just to. Nuts. What I do with the nuts? Put them back over here. There they are. Too much stuff. Just want to do a couple, and I want to air dry them, and we'll see the difference. Notice because the spoon, I didn't get it real clean, tends to not want to come off as smooth as the first batch I did with a clean spoon. I could have pulled a clean spoon out. I have another one. See, it kind of sticks to it. I just want to do a couple so we can get the gist of the thing. But I'm just going to air dry this. Let's put it over here and see what happens. I think it's going to be fairly close. Another interesting thing about working with chocolate is the rule of thumb is if I use 20%, I should put 20% more back in the container I'm working with. I don't want to let this get too low, because the lower it gets, the more you have around the edge that's setting up, and the more difficult it is to work with. So you want to work with a fair amount, especially the milk. You want to keep this thing pretty full. So I'm getting to the point now where I need to add more. So I'm going to go to the microwave, and I'm going to put this baby in. Look at that. 1 minute on high, and fill this back, put more in here. I want to juice this baby up. I want to juice the heat back up again. I think it's still a little too low. Yeah, see, we're right around 99 in there. This one's probably still around 100. Yep, 101. It's okay. You can work with it 100, 101. Yeah, it's okay. Better to be a little high than a little low. All right. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not. They're starting to set up a little bit, but we'll just see. We'll see what happens. Now, we're good so far. No questions? You all right so far? Okay. Again, basic stuff. Let's bring out the good molds. These are polycarbonate. These are about 20 bucks a piece. These are lifetime molds. The chocolatiers buy these things, and they use them forever. All right. If you want to buy them, we can get them for you here. The hot spot on this happens to be somewhere on this side for some reason, but you want to stir this baby up because this is. Especially when you use a bowl that's already had some chocolate in it. Easy to burn. I'm right on the edge right now. I'm right on the edge. I see a piece in here that actually got burnt. White is the worst. to deal with. The worst. I burnt something the other day, the whole place stunk bad. I wasn't paying attention. Back in there. Another minute. The better machines, you want to go half power, not full. The 1,000 watters, you know, the nice big ones, run it at half, because it's way too much power. But because you're generally going to put like a pound, that's a pound and a half, 2 pounds max is all you're going to get in, even the big ones. Is about all you're going to get in here. So I want to pay attention here. I don't want to burn this. That was 30 seconds. Stirring is the key. Just as the cooling process, the heating process, the more you agitate it, the quicker it's going to melt. And they're all going to melt more evenly. Now that's about half done. So I did a minute and I did 30 seconds. I'm going to dump this in here. Because the heat of this in here should be enough to melt the rest of that down. And I've added 20% back more in there. So that I keep the bowl filled as much as possible. If I'm going to make, you know, a fair amount of pieces, you know, if I'm going to make 100 pieces, or if I'm going to do some big molds, I need enough to work with. It's not like other ingredients where I need a quarter of a pound and that's what I need. If I'm putting butter into a cake and it's a specific recipe, that's all I'm putting in there. I don't have to have extra butter ready to work with. I know that's all, but here you need that. Now it's starting to melt down real good. All right. 11 o'clock, good. Okay. The good molds. I just want to show you the reason why I want to show you this is the technique. And you can use this with the inexpensive molds too, but the good molds, I want to make a shell out of this. I want to do shell molding. That, like this. I want to try to be neat. Taking the air bubbles out. Always taking the air bubbles out. See how much easier it is to work with a good mold. I don't have to worry about the flimsiness of it. Okay, now I want to make a shell. I rotate. I don't just let it come out, I rotate. I want it evenly. Centrifugal force, forcing the chocolate to come out. And I want to scrape it. Much in there. I want to take a little bit more out. Now we're looking better. So I want to make a shell because I want to fill it with something. Whether it's a ganache, a peanut butter, whatever it is. I want to cool this down, but I want it to be even. So now I want to rotate it. Now if you're working in a round bowl and you got a rectangular mold, don't fill the whole thing because you're going to be slopping all over the place. So I just did half, or you know, not quite half, right? So I'm cooling this. The reason why I'm cooling this is because I want it evenly spread inside the mold. If I just set that down like this, it's going to all settle to the top, and the bottom edge is going to be too thin, and it's going to crack. So it's pretty good. I'm cooling that baby down. Now once it stops flowing, which is just about ready. Once it stops flowing, let's see, I don't think it's flowing anymore. Now I can stick it in the freezer. Now we can take this baby out. Done. Done, done. Now I got a dirty spatula, right? So I want to clean this spatula off. So now I'm cleaning my nice spatula off, and I've made some nice little curls if I want to top something. See? Can't do that with a spoon. That's another reason why I like using the spatula. Keep it clean. Now, the less you touch the product, the better. Air dried, molded, very shiny. The reason is air is not touching the mold, only the bottom. So therefore, it's always going to be shiny. If it doesn't fall out like it did, don't force it. Because when you force them out, you're gonna mar the design in the chocolate. Not good. It needs to fall out completely. If it's not, put it back in the freezer, or just let it set, let it cool down. But you see how nice and shiny that is? You see how you do the different color easy?
Those are the air ones.
These are the air ones over here.
Shinier too than this.
Yep, they're not dry yet.
No?
They're still drying. Yep, air drying. There's nothing wrong with air drying. This is coming out fine. They're not dry yet. We're going to compare the two. I can do this without knocking it off. If you're doing a lot, and you have a good size freezer, and even this one I could do it. I put this inside the freezer. I want to circulate the air. This is dead air in here right now. Not really that good. You want to circulate the air. So if I've got enough, a regular refrigerator, and I've got the freezer empty at the top, and I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff, I take that and I throw it in the freezer, and I close the door on it. It won't hurt nothing. It's just the cord, and you circulate the air in here, and it will come out better. Now, that chocolate I put in here, it's pretty much melted. If you see any little chunks, take your paddle and just kind of smoosh them. The milk tends to do that, because the milk's the one that's going to pick up the moisture faster than the dark. So I see a few little pieces didn't melt. I'm kind of smushing them against the side, and they'll melt out. The side's all melted down. See, it's all shiny. I know it's got plenty of heat. The dark. Let's scrape some of this down. Beautiful. This is 3 degrees hotter, yet not nearly as viscous as the dark. And you see, it's not quite, doesn't quite run. Look at that. That's what you want. That's why I love dark. It's so easy to work with. Okay, now, let's see. Next, we did molding. Let's move over to. Got a couple of new things, but we're going to hold off for just a few minutes. I want to do. These are truffle balls, or ball chocolates. It's 504 in a box. They are manufactured just like this, in this plastic. What we're going to do is, we don't want to do that. We're going to fill them with chocolate. And we're going to make little, chocolate balls. Now, pastry bags, you can buy the disposable ones, which I like, or you can buy the cloth ones, which I don't like, with the tips. You can put tips in these too, by the way, so you're good. All you can do is cut the hole in the bottom, shove the tip in from the inside. It works good. Now, because I'm just going to do a little bit for demonstration, I'm not going to fill this whole thing up and fight with it. So I'm just going to cut a little piece off here. And I'm going to fill this with some dark chocolate. First time I did this, not paying attention, I cut the hole in it. Then I put the chocolate in. Not too bright. That wasn't too bright. So don't cut the hole until you get the chocolate in it. I know you ladies wouldn't do that, but guys do that kind of dumb stuff.